What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. First of all, let me just say I know my uploading has been kind of all over the place. It's been very inconsistent, to say the least. So what I'm going to do, just so like we're all on the same page, I'm just going to say I'll post once a week. Every Sunday is when I'll say I'll just have like a set time that I'll post a video, because right now, like, I'm back at school now, and until I get everything figured out, I think it's just going to be a lot easier if I just do one video a week, like every Sunday. We'll just say every Sunday, 5 o'clock Eastern time, I'll have a video out. But to be completely honest with you, I haven't really had anything to film, and like I said, I'm also been really busy. I'm back at school now, so I just haven't really had that much time to film and edit and post and all that. So for right now, one video a week, every Sunday, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Also, a couple days ago, I went on Alex's Aquariums podcast, so if you guys want to check that out, I have it linked down in the description. Talked about a couple different things, you know, how I got into fish keeping, you know, working at a fish store and all that, so it was pretty cool. Go check it out. But I also did get some new fish today, so as soon as I get home, I will show them to you guys. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what a cherry barb is. If you don't, here's one right here. And then there's an albino cherry barb, and then you have some cherry barbs that kind of vary into more of like a brighter red. Well, earlier in the week at the store, we got in some super nice cherry barbs, like out of the ordinary type. And they came in as regular cherry barbs, but they are obviously not. And it's so crazy because they have red eyes like an albino cherry barb does, but they're so much more bright red than an albino would be. It's freaking crazy. They have pretty much no black in them, just like an albino cherry barb would have. And you see how they have the red eyes? And then they're just like a super bright red. Right now they look more like an orangish pink, but I promise you, once I put them in this tank and they kind of get adjusted and all that, you'll see just how bright red they are. So they're pretty cool. I got 5 of them for our little community tank right here. You know, we moved the 2 big, or not so much big, but they got kind of too big for this tank, the 2 electric blue jack Dempseys out of this tank a couple weeks ago. And now we only have probably 9 or 10 tetras and barbs in here, and then the one lonely little female Crebensis back there. So this is a real simple tank, and I wanted to get something else in here, and I think these guys will look amazing in here, so I'm gonna let those little guys acclimate. And honestly, I've gotten kind of bored with this tank. I want to do something else with it. Like, I'm actually thinking about kind of redoing it. I've had this simple little big rock in there and those swords in the back now for like 2 years, so I want to kind of do something different. The only thing is that this tank's super hard to skate because it's not very long, but it's super tall. So it's hard to get in there and really get stuff how you want it, and there's not too many decorations and rocks and stuff that actually will look good in there. So I'm thinking about kind of redoing that tank and just kind of doing something different with it. Like I said, I've got kind of bored with it, and also I kind of want to put some dwarf cichlids in there. I'm not really sure what kind. Maybe get some more Crebensis, like get a male or something. Maybe they'll spawn in the tank and all that. I don't know, we'll see. But I've gotten kind of bored with that tank since I took the 2 electric blue jack Dempseys out. And speaking of them, they are doing amazing over here with the Peacocks. There they are right there. There's the smaller one, and then there's the bigger one right there. And they've been getting along great in here with all the other Peacock cichlids and the Leprinus right there, and the Synodontis catfish, and they've been loving it here. I cannot wait till those guys start to grow more and more and get bigger and bigger. And I mean, honestly, they needed to get out of that tank that they were in, that 30-gallon hex, just because they didn't have that much room in there, and now they have plenty of room to grow in this tank right here. Got 2 cubes of bloodworms right here. This is what I usually feed them at night. I'll give them about 2 cubes of bloodworms. The jack Dempseys go up there and just steal it from the rest of them. But they all get their fair share of food. I'll give them some of that, and then I'll probably put a few pellets in there and stuff like that. That way the catfish get some. But they get fed pretty darn well. I probably feed the most food to this tank out of all my tanks. And you can see the big one just ran off with the whole entire cube right there. So yeah, they get a good amount of food in here. They get all fattened up. Look at that. Just got the whole entire thing. And it's so crazy because I was hoping that bigger jack Dempsey, that one right there, would kind of lighten up in coloration, kind of like the smaller one did. That one right there, just because of how bright this light is and the white sand. But he stayed pretty dark like that. And check out our little baby guppies down here. Look at them. Those guys are doing really good. You can already see that color, that blue, starting to come in on the tails. That's pretty cool. We don't have a bunch of them in here. There's probably only 5 or 6 of them, but the ones that are in here are looking really good. They kind of like to get up in that water lettuce right there, and look at it. I put a couple of pieces in here out of the guppy pond, and it is just multiplying like crazy in here. It kind of had to adjust to being inside on like an LED light compared to actual sunlight. But once it adjusted and got used to it, it has started to multiply like crazy. And of course, the big peacock bass that we got in the last video, he's doing really good. He's getting along, he's not bothering anybody. Nobody is, of course, bothering him. But he's not eating yet. He's only been in the pond for about a week now. It's been just about a week, and he's doing really good. He's moving around, he's looking good, but he's still really fat. And I honestly just think he hasn't really gotten hungry yet. And I did say that it might take up to 2 weeks before this fish started to really eat. So I've been putting live food in there every single day, been feeding big chunks of shrimp and krill. Still hasn't really shown any interest, but I'm hoping that within the next 3 to 5 days or so, he'll start to finally eat a little bit here and there. Because I mean, he's definitely a big fish. He's got a lot of meat on him, so he can go a while without any food at all. There's a bad glare on the pond, but there he is right over there, just kind of chilling on the bottom. There's the gar right there, and the Oscar and the bass are somewhere. I'm surprised they're not over here, to be honest with you. Come on. Where are you at? Oh, Jesus, he's going to bite me. I didn't even see him right there. There's the Oscar. He came out, and the bass, he's somewhere. But yeah, the peacock's doing really good. There's his tail right there. He just went up underneath the piece of driftwood. But I cannot wait until that guy starts eating, because it is going to be so fun to feed him. I've got some halfway unthawed bloodworms right here. I'm going to go and feed these guys before we release these cherry barbs. Look at them. Just going crazy. So we've got some panda barbs in here. We've got some red eyes, some black skirts, one lonely little glowfish. Obviously the female carbensis, and then one pearl danio up there. So we got a little mixture of, just some tetras and barbs. Little community tank is all it is. And I figured these guys would definitely spruce it up a little bit and add some more color in here. Alright, here we go. All 5 of them. And they are in. Check that out. They're only going to brighten up even more after we give them a little while in the tank. But yeah, what do you guys think that they should be called? Because obviously, they're not a regular cherry barb. There's no doubt about that. And they're not just a regular albino. They couldn't be. They're too much red. In my opinion, I think they'd be called something like an albino ruby red cherry barb. That's just me. I'm not sure, but they're definitely not just a plain ordinary albino cherry barb. There's no way. They've got way too much red in them. So I don't know, but if you guys have any idea as to what they're called, then please let me know down below in the comments. But they definitely add a good amount of red to the tank, and if we've still got some in the store next week, I'll definitely go ahead and get probably 3 or 4 more of them, because that would look even better. And please, if you guys have any suggestions for this tank as to how I should rescape it or what kind of fish I should add in here, then please let me know as well. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.